All right, so behind me I've got the new 2023 Colorado. This is a Trail Boss. I've had it for 2 weeks. We've had a lot of rain here in Miami, and 2 days ago I noticed a little puddle under the Jeep that looked orange. So I took a look under, and I see that there's a couple little surface rust spots on the frame. So I am deciding to take the preventative measure to go ahead and sand those little nicks now and cover them with a little bit of bedliner spray to prevent rust over long term. So if this happened in 2 weeks, I can't imagine what 1 year would look like. So let me show you. So you can see here, I've already kind of sanded through where all the little orange rusty spots were. And I'm bagging this now, so when I hit it with some bedliner, I'm not gonna like paint the fuel tank and all that. So in between these red pieces of tape, you can see very little spots, but there was enough rust for a puddle of orange. So let me show you the other side where there's still some rust. So this is on my passenger side. You can see this is just where it's dried up water, but once you kind of brush it out, you can see here, you see those little nicks? That's kind of starting some surface rust, and I just don't want that over time to turn into a bigger issue. And I may even hit these little clips where clamps where the leaf springs are. Any rust, I just want to prevent anything and everything. So alrighty, so back to the driver's side. I've got my first coat on. So I've covered up all the little nicks now, just super light. I'm probably gonna do about 2 or 3 light coats and then call it a day. But to be honest, with the frame, you can kind of see the texture, but it's nothing drastic changed from the frame. I am a little anal about how things look, but for me, this is really good. You'll never be able to tell. So I'll show you once I'm done with both sides. We'll see how it came out. I'm kind of going to show here really quick. I'm actually surprised how thin the factory coat is on the frame. It comes right off, but I'm basically just kind of sanding in circles until I get to that bare metal. See how this is already coming off? That's how thin the coat is. But I want to get to bare metal, get all that surface rust off. And all these scratches are actually good because that's going to help the paint adhere to the frame. So like, let's see, where am I? Right here, we got another spot. So here, hit that. Trying to get to bare metal. And just like that, I'll just go through all the spots. Make sure I'm to bare metal and then hit it with some bedliner. I'll keep working at that. All right, so the best I can, I'm gonna show spraying it. Just got this Rust-Oleum truck bed coating. This stuff actually goes on pretty heavy, so I hit it super light. You don't want to put too much. You just want to get a little bit. It's better to have multiple light coats than a heavy coat. Once you see it, you see how this is wet already? I don't want to hit that anymore because then it's gonna get blobby and it might drip. So this is fine. I'll come back to this in a minute or two, hit it again, and just do multiple light coats. I'm probably gonna do 2, 3, 4, however many I like. But yeah, looking good. So this is my Trail Boss. I'm coming from a 1995 Jeep Wrangler YJ. This is actually my first brand new vehicle. So I'm familiar. That Jeep taught me so much, and I've dealt with rust on that. Any issues I had with the Jeep, I immediately took care of it, and I'm gonna do the same with this. I wanna prevent other things from happening to this car because it's so expensive and it's brand new. I want this to last me a long time. So I also got here, this just got delivered. It's the Revolver X Forest tonneau cover. So I might be making a video on that soon because I haven't seen anybody else do this cover on the Trail Boss. I saw one other guy do it on a Canyon, and I looked up a lot of videos on this tonneau cover, and I think it looks great, and I think it's gonna fit my needs perfect. So we'll see if I make a video with it. All right, so this is 1 day after spraying it. This is 1 day of curing. Let me get under here and show. So you can see wherever the texture is, that's where I bedline sprayed, and I tried to feather it off as best as I could into the regular frame. So there's no nicks, there's no rusty spots. This is just gonna need a couple days to just really cure well. But I suggest if you have the new Colorado or any car where you're starting to see some rust spots form, that surface rust, I suggest hitting it with a sandpaper, getting it down to bare metal, and then covering it in something like a bed liner that's tough. So that way in the long term, it doesn't turn into something a little more serious where it starts eating into your frame and you have holes. But this is what the final product looks like. I'm very happy with it.